Good afternoon and happy Mother's Day. Welcome to our live video podcast, everybody. It's your weekly dose of coffee, dogs, and curiosities. I'm your host, Chris Ferrandi, the Stunt Dog Guy, and today we're going to drink a little coffee, watch some fun trick training with Abby and her new pug. Then we're going to show you how to teach your dog to give you a hug. And then we're going to discuss today's curiosity, which is, where is the best place to find a new dog? Now, if you're watching us live right now, please let us know you're here and where you're watching from, as we love, of course, to interact with you guys. I'm also curious, is there any mothers watching today? And of course, I want to wish all the mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day. Today, I'm drinking coffee out of one of my favorite mugs. This one actually happens to be one from our wedding with my beautiful wife on it right there. You can see her. That is Suhei. She's getting ready today, so she's not going to be on the podcast, getting ready to go over to Mom's house here in a minute. But anyway, just wanted to say hi to all you guys. We're going to be tuning Abby in here right now. So let's welcome Abby to the stream. What's going on, Abby? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Yeah.
You have a whole bunch of pups over there. You're their dog mom. So it is you're kind of a mother.
No.
Does that feel weird being a mother?
No, I'm not a mother. Not a mother. I will never be a mother.
I knew I'd have to razz you a little bit there because I know you don't want to be a mother, but you kind of are. You're a dog mom. I think people might agree with me. Anybody watching, would you agree with me that Abby's a mother if she has, how many dogs you have? 10, 11, 12? How many dogs you have now? 10?
11 dogs.
11.
So, like,
Awesome.
Here's my question. If these are fur babies, do people call their real human kids skin babies?
Maybe. They might. A skin baby. That sounds good to me. I mean, that sounds
I'd skin a baby. I'd skin a baby.
You would skin
yeah, call your kids skin babies. That's fine.
Oh, gosh. Well, thanks for tuning in with us, guys, on Mother's Day. We're going to have some fun today. Abby's got her new pug with her. And how long have you had this pug? Tell us about your new pug, Abby. Let's hear about her.
I got her in February from a lady. So I have a dog trainer friend up in Maryland who had a client, and this was their dog, and they didn't have time for her. They travel a lot for work. Her husband got her the dog as an anniversary present, and it just wasn't working out. She had to work all the time. She was traveling all the time. The pug couldn't go with, so she was looking to place the pug, and the lady's name is Marie. And so Marie got a hold of me because I have Cricket, my other pug mix, and I love pugs. And she's like, I think this dog is like a border collie in a pug body.
Let me see it. I can't see it. Can you put the camera down or lift your pug up?
She's like, you can't see her anyway. She's all black.
Yeah. Oh, there she is. Anybody out there have pugs? Anybody have a pug at home? Anybody teach their pug to do anything amazing? Abby has 2 pugs now. So this one's a full-on pug. No mix or anything, you don't think?
Yeah, she came. I mean, they bought her from a breeder up in New York or Maryland or something. And like I said, it's not like she was dropped off at the pound or anything, but I consider her, a rescue, a rehome. It's not like she was neglected or abused or anything. She just didn't have the time for her, and she definitely likes to work and needed a job. Right,
Gotcha.
Pug?
Well,
Right,
she already knows some amazing things, and you were telling me that you trained her to do these tricks, behaviors in like a month?
Yeah, well, because I started my online tricks class, and when I'm training people to do tricks, I like to take a dog that doesn't know the trick, because I think it's better for people to understand how the process of training a trick works if you're doing it with a dog that doesn't already know it, so they can see, like, I make mistakes, like I rush a trick, and so they could see that, like, I tried to work back up with my pug too fast, and you'd see her start to go crooked or get frustrated, and in the video I'm like, yeah, this is what happens if you try and rush this trick. So I really like using a dog that doesn't know the tricks when I'm doing a tricks class, so people can, like, because if I do it with a dog that already knows it, it looks so easy, and then someone tries to do it, and their dog can't get it that fast. And so I think it's important for people to see a trick from start to finish. So I used her for my tricks classes, and I filmed all the videos and did all these tricks in 1 month with her. So
wow,
she's a little rock star.
Awesome. Well, why don't we show the video? Abby sent in the video. Let's check it out and see what you guys think. This is Puddles, everybody. Puddles the pug.
Sit. Stay. Okay.
Let us know what you guys think of Abby's new pug.
And you probably won't be able to hear it in this video, but at the end of the video, she farts twice. It's pretty funny.
She farts twice. Okay. That was your favorite trick, right?
Yep. That one took me the longest to train.
Circling backwards. Abby's a pretty incredible trainer. She has online trick classes. If you're interested, you can reach out to Abby. Her Instagram tag is at the bottom of the screen. The Dog Carnival.
Good little pug right there. Look at her. And I also like that, like working with this pug and showing this video because so many people have fat pugs.
What's the ideal weight of a pug?
I mean, I don't know the ideal weight, but I could tell you like the ideal body shape and like everybody's. I'm not gonna say everybody. A lot of pugs that I see look like a tube.
Okay.
I kind of heard it. It was a silent. It was a silent but deadly, though.
It was. She like got him as soon as you see her close her mouth. She just like her mouth goes. She just went.
Oh God, that was great, Abby. No, it was good though. Boy, you did a lot of work with her in, gosh, 2 months. That's 1 month. 1 month. Excuse me, 1 month. That's pretty awesome.
I know.
Excellent.
She's badass.
Charlotte says Puddle is the cutest name. That is a great name, actually. How did you come up with it? Did the dog already have the name, or did you come up with this?
No, I think her name was like Lila or Lila when I got her, and I had this bad habit when I adopted the Wiener dog. I just called her Wiener because I couldn't think of a good name, or I thought of all these names but I couldn't set one. And then with the pug, I started doing the same thing, man. So like I was getting to the point where I was just naming my dogs the breed that they are. So I had Wiener and Pug. So I was like, let's find something that can maybe sound like.
Come on, you're creative. You have you're an art major, right? I mean, you should have the creative side. I mean, why are you delaying on naming your dogs? What happened? I mean, I used to come up with the names of my dogs prior to even getting them. Like I got a running list of names I might name my dogs, but then I try to see what name fits their personality. Right. So that's why I delay a little bit sometimes, personally.
Like I wanted to name her like Frida Kahlo. I thought that would be funny. I wanted to name the Wiener Ruth Bader Ginsburg and call her Your Honor. But like none of them stuck. What stuck was Wiener and Pug. So I'm just like, shit. I gotta start naming my dogs' names. So now it's Puddles or Pud or Putty or Pig or Piggy.
Or Puddle. Or Puddle. I like it. I got nicknames for all my guys too. I got little Split Stick on my lap here today, guys. This is Lickety Split. And of course we call him Split for short, or Stick, or Mr. Bad Boy. He's an ornery little fella.
He's one of my favorites of your dogs.
Oh.
When Sue posted which of your dogs that people would want to steal, I said Confetti 10 years ago or Split.
Yeah, he's a sweet boy. I mean, he's a little ornery, a little sassy. You know, laying on my lap right now, just chilling, enjoying the podcast. Well, we do have some training to go over today. Sue actually put together a really nice video that shows how to get your dog to hug your leg. So I'm going to go ahead and share that. I think you guys are going to be impressed. She worked very hard on this video. So let us know what you think. And if you have already trained your dog to give you a hug, send in the video. We want to see it. We'd love to share it on our podcast and on our channel. And if you can get some video while you're training it, send it our way. We'd be happy to give you some tips.
Today, I'm going to go over how you can teach your dogs to give you a hug. Of course, I'm going to put favorite Lucy pet treats. Are you ready? All right. Sit down. Hi, baby. Sit pretty. And give me a hug. Very nice hug. Good. Now come on over here. Sit. Today, I'm going to go over how you can teach your dogs to
that was weird.
A hug.
Not sure what happened there.
We're going to use our favorite Lucy pet treats. Are you ready, Vinny?
Something weird happened, so sorry about that. That was my fault. Get to watch it twice.
Hi, Vinny. Pretty. Come on over here. Sit. Hey. Can I get a hug? That's such a nice hug, Vinny. So I'm going to walk into my dog, lean my body up against him, and encourage him to lift his legs up and lean them up against my own leg. Just like this. Yes. Just go ahead and reward. It's okay if they're not wrapping their legs around you at first. That'll come next. Now you can also encourage them to do it. It's okay if you grab their paws and then just wrap them around your leg, just like so. Very nice. Stay. Stay. Yes, very good. Stay. Around a little bit. Yes, until they have their legs wrapped around yours. Great job. Now this here is Maserati. He's our 8-month-old Australian Shepherd mix, and he's already learned how to hug my leg. It was fairly easy teaching him because he already knew a sit and a sit pretty. Stay. Sit. Pretty. Stay. He has a fairly good stay. So what I did with him was I had him in a sit and a pretty, and I leaned my body up against him and encouraged him to put his legs up against my body and then wrap those legs around my leg and rewarded him for it. His favorite Lucy pet treats. Very nice job. So again, put your dog in a sit or a sit pretty. Walk towards them. Yes. Reward them at first, even if they're just putting their paws up against your leg. It's okay if they're not wrapping their legs around yours. That will come next in time with practice and patience. Good job, Mommy. Now remember to be consistent. Be patient with your dog and keep your training sessions short, and you will have success in everything you do with your dogs.
Yay! And there it is. How to teach your dog to hug. What'd you think, Abby? Abby?
It was perfect.
It's like all we got is Puggles with us. Yeah, that's a fun trick. Sue's trained a few of our dogs now to hug. Vinny, of course, has mastered it. Coda, Hollywood, now Maserati's getting it down. So it is a fun trick. Anybody out there train their dog to hug their leg? We want to know. So today,
Sue could train one of the dogs to hump her leg.
What's that?
I said, do you think Sue could train one of the dogs to hump her leg and put that on a verbal cue?
Probably. Actually, no, I caught her in the kitchen the other day. Well, I didn't catch her. She was trying to cook, and I had Split was on one leg, Mozzie was on the other leg, and they were doing the hug trick, but it wasn't quite the hug trick. It was the hump trick. So
one on each leg?
One on each leg. It's hilarious. I actually have video of it. I took video. I don't have it with me. I didn't think to share it, but I'll have to share it next time. It's kind of funny. Maybe we'll have to throw it up. We'll put it up on the page. We'll share it to the Facebook page.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, today's curiosity on Mother's Day is, where is the best place to find a new dog as a companion, or maybe even for dog sports? So what do you think? If you're here watching right now, let us know, what do you think the best place is to find a new dog, and where have you maybe found your dogs? Maybe that's where we should start, Abby. Maybe you can let everybody know, first off, where do you get your dogs, and what do you think on this topic?
I mean, most of my dogs are all come from rescue. They're all rescues or rehomes. You know, like somebody has a dog, and the dog has too much energy. Like the pug, you know, it's like nothing bad happened to her. She wasn't abused. She just was in a place that couldn't give her what she needed. So I've gotten a couple dogs that way. And then the rest of them have all come from rescues, except for Blanche. Blanche is the only dog I've ever bought from a breeder. And one of the reasons I bought her is because I was so depressed in 2016 when Donald Trump got elected that I decided to buy a puppy to make me feel better.
Yeah. But why do you think buying a puppy is better than getting a dog from a pound or a shelter?
No, I don't think, no, not at all. I mean, the thing is like, I don't have anything against good breeders, you know, like I think it's important to keep breeds alive, and, you know, dogs were bred in certain ways for reasons. Border collies were bred to herd, and, you know, right. Hunting dogs are bred to hunt. And I think it's important to keep those things alive. But at the same time, unless you need a dog specifically for one of those things and you cannot find a dog in a rescue that can do that for you, then I'm okay, you know, if you want to go to a breeder. But for the most part, there's so many awesome dogs from rescue. Like, look at all the dogs. You know, I've adopted like 17 dogs from rescues. I've bought one from a breeder and adopted 17, you know?
Right. Well,
So,
I mean, I'm with you. I just think if you do go to a breeder, go to a responsible breeder. But you know my stance. I mean, I'm hardcore rescue. I think that you can find a dog that you're gonna bond with, that you're gonna be able to train, and that you're gonna be able to use for dog sports. Anything. I mean, at a shelter. I mean, 40% of dogs and pounds in shelters are purebred dogs. So I mean, you can find all sorts of breeds of dogs in shelters. And if you go to your local pound or shelter and you don't find the breed that you're looking for, go to your local rescue. There's, you know, a lot of times, like say a border collie comes into the pound, well, that rescue will pull that border collie from the pound before they even get a chance to find it a home. You know, so those rescues preserve those breeds, you know, in a way, I guess you could say kind of like a breeder is preserving the breed too. They're this passionate about the breed. They want to find the breed good home. You know what I mean? And I mean, they're not about breeding the dog by any means. They're just trying to find it a good home. In fact, most of them won't even give you a dog intact. You got to, you know, get it spayed or neutered, or it's already spayed or neutered, which I highly recommend doing as well. But I mean, all my dogs are rescues, and I think you can train any dog. It doesn't matter what breed they are, you know, or where they come from. Any dog can be trained.
Yeah, 100%. But, you know, there's also, you know, I have a history of, like, I did dog training before I did dog performing. So when you're going to a rescue, you're looking for a particular kind of dog, right? Well, when a pet person's going to a rescue, you know, and they're also looking for a particular kind of dog, you know? And so the thing is like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love rescue. I'm all about it, but I don't particularly like the no-kill movement in rescue because I think it's allowing a lot of people who don't know how to handle some types of dogs to adopt types of dogs, you know?
I get you. Yeah.
And so that's just one thing. It's like, if you're like, I highly recommend going to rescue. I hope everyone tries it before they do go try to buy a dog, but just make sure you have knowledge of the dog you're adopting and
the breed,
you know,
the breed of the dog.
Yeah, the breed of the dog, and make sure you can meet the dog a couple times, and make sure you can bring your kids and your other pets. So the dog, like, you know, because it's just like when I did dog training for a long time, there were some really shitty dogs that rescues let people adopt, you know, and so it was scary. You know, families would adopt this dog that tried to murder other people. You know.
Well, most of the rescues that I've worked with, anyway. I mean, I know there's some bad apples out there, but most of the ones that I've dealt with and worked with, you know, they do that temperament testing. They make sure that the dog is going to fit in the environment that they're allowing it to go to. And I think that's why they do have those applications. And they want, you know, sometimes they overtrain, but there's a reason for it. They've had bad experiences, and they've had dogs get returned, or they've had issues with the dogs because, you know, people don't know how to handle that breed because they didn't do the research on it. They just saw a movie and saw a Dalmatian flying across the screen and think they got to go get a Dalmatian now, and now they don't realize the traits of that breed, for example, you know, or Malinois with, you know, recently have been a big fad.
Well, and that's the thing though, is like people do that same thing. They'll adopt a dog from rescue, not know its history, not know, you know, that kind of stuff. Like the rescues, I'm not saying they're irresponsible or anything like that. They just need to try and match these dogs with the people that are going to work best for them. But these people that I would work with for training, they'll never adopt a dog again. You know, they had that bad experience with a rescue dog, and they will never adopt a dog again. Most of those people went out and bought a golden doodle from a breeder.
Right.
You know, and so that's what sucks about it. It's like this double-edged sword. Like, I really want people to adopt dogs, but with this no-kill movement of you can't kill anything, even though it's like the worst fucking dog you've ever seen. You know, like I had dogs that like, it was crazy. So I just want, you know, I want people to like really vet the dog they're gonna go adopt. You know, meet with it a couple times, bring your other pets, bring your kids, make sure it's gonna be a good fit for your family.
Well, that's great advice, Abby. Let's be more specific though here in this topic. Specifically, where besides just your local pound or your local shelter, like where else can people find, you know, a new dog? I always like to recommend Pet Finder. I've adopted a lot of dogs through Pet Finder over the years. It's a great resource. You can search like radius of, you know, how, you know, what dogs are available in the area that you're in or the area you're willing to travel to. You can search for certain breeds. You can search for age groups. So it's really helped me find some dogs over the years. So I got to give some big kudos to Pet Finder I've promoted them in my live shows before as well, and I'm a strong believer in their service. You know, I really think it's a great resource. I think anybody and everyone that's looking for a new dog should at least go there first, see what you can find. You know what I mean? You might even find the exact breed you're looking for. But that's you know, for what's that?
You'll find many of the exact breed you're looking for on Pet Finder. Pet Finder's awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then sometimes you might find some that you're not really looking for. And that's what ends up happening when you go into a pound or shelter. You like walk in, you got this idea in your head that you want this certain type of dog, and then all of a sudden there's another one that can sometimes capture your heart. That's what happened with Confetti when I adopted her. I mean, I was looking for a high jumper dog at the time, and instead I ended up adopting a small little dog that had nothing to do with what I was looking for. I wanted a dog for high jumping, and I was like, well, this dog's not going to be able to high jump, but she's just so bubbly and so energetic and so driven and focused. I got to give this dog a chance, you know, and she's been an incredible girl and a big star on my show for 10 years, you know?
Yeah, that's how I found Rosie. Was on Pet Finder. I was performing at a fair in the middle of Wyoming, out in the middle of nowhere. I was so bored. There was nothing to do. So I'm cruising Pet Finder and I see Rosie on there, and she's at a rescue 20 minutes away. And I was just like, heck yeah. And so I went and evaluated her. And I fell in love with that dog. I found a couple of my dogs on Pet Finder. It's a great resource.
It is a great resource. Stephanie's been writing us here, and Felicia and Charlotte. Thanks guys so much for your comments today. Definitely great discussion points. Stephanie doesn't agree with putting a dog down at all. At the end of the day, it's the human's fault that the dog is that way. I know it's hard to adopt dogs that have aggression, but they can be worked with. Just need to know the right person. Do you agree with that, Abby?
I'm not going to say that there's not a person out there that can work with it, but to me, it's not worth keeping a dog that's alive that's a liability. I mean,
I think it depends on how extreme it is, right? How extreme the situation is. Like, I mean, if you got a dog that's tasted blood and he's bit people a few times, and I mean, even the best dog trainer, I mean, yeah. Well, really, I mean, depends on where the dog's going to go. But really, like, some of the best dog trainers can rehabilitate that dog, see the signs, but that dog's going to have to live a very restricted life. And then you're going to need somebody that's willing to take on that dog. And then the dog trainer might not have the time. So trying to place it into a home with somebody that's not a professional dog trainer could run into problems. And then there's liability and risk. So there's besides that story.
And the thing is, if you're a professional dog trainer, you most likely have multiple dogs, you know?
Of course.
You know, and so it's like, if you have a aggressive dog, is it worth bringing that dog into your household to possibly kill one of your dogs or hurt someone? You know, like I had that dog Pompey, who I used for high jumping, who was extremely fearful of people, and either I kept that dog or I euthanized that dog. I would never put that dog bit several people under my care. Like, because even me, who's so careful and would watch him, once in a while, you look away, you know?
Yeah, I know. One misstep or one, you're not paying attention because you're sidetracked. And I mean, that one dog that I adopted that I can't think of the dog's name. It was like a pit bull mix, and I love pit bulls, and I wanted to have a pit bull on my show. And I had Abby there for a while, the acrobatic Abby dog. She was part pit bull and greyhound, but I wanted another dog that was pit, and I adopted this one was a pit mix of some sort, and she was doing fine. But then all of a sudden, one day, she just snapped, man, but when she attacked, it wasn't just like a little tiff or a little fight like what would happen with my pack mates now. It was like a full-on kill move, grabbed the back of the neck, started shaking, was going to kill her. I mean, full-on attack Confetti over just getting excited at the door. I was getting ready to let him in there, and she just snagged her because Confetti was getting all excited jumping up. And sometimes you just don't know. But from that moment, I was like, okay, could I handle this dog? Yes, I can handle this dog, but the thing is it's not safe to be handling her around all these other dogs that are smaller than her that can't defend themselves properly. So this isn't the best home for her. So there's been times I've adopted and they just unfortunately haven't worked out. God knows I've tried. And there's some dogs I've tried many months or years, and they just
You're still trying on some of those dogs.
No, there's a couple. Yeah, there's like Shadow. She's one that she's not going nowhere now. But like Cooper, for example, I had Cooper for a while, and it broke my heart to rehome him, but the environment he was just it was just not working for him, you know. And I always want to do what's best for the dog too. So sometimes people jump to conclusion of why you're rehoming a dog, or why, don't jump to conclusion. You're not living with the dog. You don't have another 10 dogs in your household. You don't know what's happening behind the scenes. And my dogs are my pets first and performers second. So just because they're a great performer, I've had a few dogs that great performers, but not always do they fit good in my pack in my home life. So therefore, this is not the best environment for them. I need to find them a home that fits their environment, that is a better environment for that dog. So sometimes you have to rehome them, you know, but it always breaks my heart that I get so attached to my dog.
Yeah, totally. It sucks. I mean, yeah, and it's like, and then it's your responsibility to find that good home that's going to work out for that dog, because you know, like, you don't want that dog being tossed from home to home. Like, you want to make sure that dog's going to go somewhere where it's successful, you know? And there's, to me, I don't know, like, I've trained a lot of dogs, and I put up with a lot of crap from some dogs, but there are definitely dogs out there where I'm like, I've seen other dogs kill other dogs. And a rescue will take, I've seen a dog attack a girl and literally rip half her face off, and the rescue took that dog back and adopted it out to another family.
Gosh.
You know, and it's like, why keep that dog alive? Why keep that dog alive? Why put that family through that? Or why, you know, that little girl is going to be afraid of dogs forever, and then the next family is going to have to deal with something similar.
Right. Well, you said a few minutes ago that you don't believe in no-kill shelters, right? Like, you don't think that. Well, look at the other side of things. There's these dogs that don't really fit in a home environment, but rather than kill them, these people are willing to allow them to stay in their facility and, you know, let them have, you know, special rights to go out and use the yard once in a while, and they're caring for them, feeding them, and they're still able to live.
I don't like that, though.
Well, I mean, if they're getting attention, I don't know. I mean, hopefully they're getting attention and getting, you know, time to run. I mean, rather than put them down and kill them.
So many other dogs that could be adopted or pulled out of pounds won't be, because those dogs that are
taking the spot
permanently there are always there, and so due to space at pounds or shelters that can't take these dogs in, they're going to get euthanized at the pound because of space, and that's probably a perfectly adoptable dog. Where you have these shitty dogs taking up spaces at rescues and sanctuaries and places like that. For me, it's just, why keep it alive? Because again, like, it's like Joe Exotic. Once in a while, a tiger's gonna get out, man. You can't stop a tiger.
Well, for those of you that are watching, let us know what you think. Yeah, I mean, it can go both ways, I guess, you know, but at the end of the day, we just want to encourage you guys to, you know, do what's best for you and your family. Find the right dog that fits your lifestyle and your energy level. You know, some people want a couch potato dog because they don't have time to go on walks, and other people want to go on a walk. They want a dog jogging partner. They want to get involved in dog sports. There's so many great breeds out there for pretty much everybody.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Adoptable Sport and Working Dogs on Facebook too, if people are looking for like a sport dog.
Yeah, that is a great resource. Actually, I've adopted a couple of dogs through there as well. And look at that face. This guy comes from our local shelter, 5 miles from my house. Suhei found him at the Lathrop shelter here near Lathrop, California.
Yeah, he's a good one.
So yeah, he was a sweet boy, and when we brought him home, and then he's gotten a little sassier now that he's coming out of his shell. But his issue is he's potty issues, just medical, which we found that he's just got issues. You know about it, but we've stuck with him. You know, not a lot of people. I think that's why he got rehomed multiple times, because he was not able to hold his pee-pee, basically.
Call those dogs pee-pee pants dogs. He's a
it's not the potty training issue. It's just he'll just stand there and be like frozen, like it's coming out. I can't stop it. It's like, but it's weird. We've had him tested and everything. The next step is an MRI to see if there's really something internally going on. But as far as like blood levels, sugar levels, thyroid, all that stuff's been fine, you know. So, you know,
what's funny though, Chris, is like I know you've had cattle dogs and you never had this problem, and there's plenty of other people who've had cattle dogs who have never had this problem. But all of my cattle dogs or cattle dog mixes, besides like one, have all been pee-pee pants dogs. They all tank on water, and then just like they'll be like walking around, they'll just be, oh boy, and then they just
it's coming.
And I'm just like, what? So they're like, they're the pee-pee pants dogs.
Yeah. And the worst is when they walk it. When they walk the pee, it's like, dude, if you're gonna go, just go in one freaking spot, right here.
Don't the door while you're peeing.
Not the whole freaking office, out in the hallway, down into the living room. Oh my God. And then you wonder how a little dog like Split can have so much pee in his bladder. I'm like, dude, that was like a gallon. Gallon. Like, how do you hold a gallon? I don't know. It just And then he'll go outside and continue to pee. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Doc Holliday's the same, and him and Split are like the same size. I decided that Doc Holliday doesn't actually have any organs except for a bowel and a bladder. He has no heart, no lungs. It is literally just a bowel and a bladder, because that dog takes the biggest, like 3 of the biggest shits every morning, like bigger than my face. And that dog gets a cup and a half of food a day. I'm like, where does this come from?
That's funny.
All you have is a bowel and a bladder. That's it. That's all that exists. No heart, no lungs, no kidneys, just a bowel and a bladder. That's it.
God. Well, thanks for joining me today, Abby, on Mother's Day. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We've gone a little longer than we expected here on Mother's Day. But again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and dog moms too. That's you, Abby. And
Skin babies.
thanks for joining us. We'll be live again this Thursday with Brian and Karen Bryan at the Indianapolis Zoo. They are hoping to open. They were hoping that the zoo might open on May 15th. So we'll see.
No way, really?
I don't know. We're fingers crossed. We'll be talking with them May 14th this Thursday, 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. We hope you guys join us. Thanks again for becoming a friend and fan of ours and watching our awesome, fun video podcast. We will see you guys this Thursday, and then we'll be back with Abby on Sunday. I don't know what our topic's going to be yet, but we'll discuss and we'll throw it out there. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the day.
Happy Mother's Day.
All right. See you guys. Bye.